Hello everyone, welcome again to the lecture series on signals and systems. We are discussing about the even signal and odd signal in our previous lecture. Now we will continue that discussion. So here we have given d by dt of odd signal or d by dt of even signal. What is the meaning of d by dt? Generally derivative of the odd signal, what we will get? If you perform the derivative for the odd signal, what we will get? And if you perform the even derivative for the even signal, what we will get. So these are the things we need. We have discussed this one in our previous lecture only, that is whenever if you want to deal with the odd signal, what is the example we have to take? Sine. So in the previous class itself I have told. And what is the example for the even signal? Cos or cosine we have to take. So just to take the example of this one, perform this and see the result. Okay, and you generalize the result. So d by dt of odd signal means d by dt of odd is nothing but sin t. What is the derivative of sin t? Cos t. That means cos is nothing but even. So the result of this one is even. Next, derivative of even. That means d by dt of even is nothing but cos t. We know what is the derivative of cos t, that is minus sin t. So here nature of the signal is sin t and that is nothing but odd signal. So what is the result you got here? Odd. So d by dt of odd signal is nothing but, that means if you do the derivative for the odd signal, you will get the even signal. So odd signal will be converted to even signal by performing the derivative, like that we can take. And here the derivative of the even signal is the odd signal. Okay, so reverse. So simply we can able to remember. So in order to do this one, what you need to remember means odd signal means you need to take the example for the sine signal, and even signal means you can take the cos signal. Okay, then see this note. If f of t is the real, then f of minus t is equal to f of t is to be satisfied for the even symmetry. So this one already we have taken. In order to tell one signal is even, what is the condition we have checked till now? F of minus t is equal to f of t. So this is the even signal condition. Time reversal version of the signal should be equal to the original signal, then we can tell the original signal f of t is the even function. If time reversal version is equal to amplitude reversal, that is minus f of t, then I can say f of t is the odd signal. So in this way we have taken f of minus t is equal to f of t, the signal is even, f of minus t is equal to minus f of t, then the signal is odd. But one condition is here f of t must be real signal. If f of t is real, then only these definitions are if f of t is real, then only these definitions are valid. F of minus t is equal to f of t and f of minus t is equal to minus f of t. Okay, these are the definitions for the even and odd, but those are valid whenever f of t is the real signal. Now when can we say f of t is having the even symmetry or odd symmetry? When f of t is a complex number or complex signal. Okay, these are valid, these definitions are valid whenever f of t is the real signal. If f of t is the complex signal, then what is the definition for the even symmetry, or when can we say the f of t is the even symmetry signal, or when can we say f of t is having the even symmetry, and when can we say f of t is having the odd symmetry? So for that purpose, what is the condition means, in simple way you can able to remember, that is you need to take the conjugate whenever here minus t is available. Here in the note point I have given that one, you can see. So if f of t is real, then f of minus t is equal to f of t is to be satisfied for the even symmetry, that already we have checked. Next, if f of t is complex, then this is the condition for the even symmetry. What is that condition? F star of minus t is equal to f of t. If you don't see this star, if you remove this star, this is equal to the real signal condition only. What is the real signal condition to be have even symmetry means f of minus t is equal to f of t, and it is now conjugate we have taken, that means it is for the complex signal. So f star of minus t is equal to f of t. How can you remember this one? Whenever here time reversal is there at that place, you need to write, including the time reversal, you need to take the conjugate. So f star of minus t is equal to f of t is to be satisfied for the even conjugate or conjugate symmetry. Next, if f of t is real, then f of minus t is equal to minus f of t is to be satisfied for the odd symmetry. This is odd symmetry. Odd symmetry condition already we have taken for the real signal, that is f of minus t is equal to minus f of t. Okay, if f of t is complex, then what is the condition for the odd symmetry means, you see this one only. First you write for the real signal symmetry, odd symmetry. For the real signal, what is the odd symmetry condition means, f of minus t is equal to minus f of t. For this one you need to do the conjugate, that is f star of minus t is equal to minus f of t. So this is the condition for the odd symmetry. Okay, so in this way we can able to tell. Again here I will write separately, that you see. So when f of t is a real signal, this must be having the even symmetry, means f of minus t is equal to f of t. It must be having the odd symmetry, means f of minus t is equal to minus f of t. Next, f of t is complex now. F of t is complex. Then what is the condition for the even means, f star of minus t is equal to f of t, and what is the condition for the odd means, f star of minus t is equal to minus f of t. Okay, you see here f star of minus t is equal to minus f of t. If you observe these conditions, without this conjugate, without this star mark, these two conditions are same, whether the signal is real or complex. Okay, so for the complex signals, what is the care we have to take, what is the extra thing we have to provide, in the sense this conjugate only, and that also, that conjugate you need to take whenever time reversal operation is available. Okay, so simply we can able to remember that one. Okay, then now comment on the symmetry of f of t is equal to e power jt. So here we can able to understood that it is the complex signal, because j is involving, imaginary part is involving, we can able to consider that is a complex number. So any complex number is having the real part and imaginary part. Now we have seen one signal, that is we have taken the signal, that is f of t is equal to e power jt. Okay, because it is complex number, by seeing this one we can able to tell it is a complex signal. So we have to apply the definitions of the even symmetry and odd symmetry according to complex signal only. So now we don't know whether it is having the even symmetry or odd symmetry. For that purpose I am checking all the conditions. If it is even, what is the condition, f star of minus t is equal to f of t. So first I will take f of minus t. F of minus t is nothing but, in this t has to be replaced with minus t. So I will get e power j, in place of t I need to write minus t. So this is e power minus jt. This is nothing but what, f of minus t. Now what we need to find, f star of minus t. Okay, next, that is nothing but what, complex conjugate. Conjugate of this particular signal we have to find, that is e power minus jt star we have to apply, conjugate we have to take, that is e power minus jt will become e power jt. This e power jt is looking like the original signal f of t only. Okay, now the even symmetry condition has been satisfied, that is f star of minus t is equal to f of t. F star of minus t is equal to f of t. Then we can say f of t is the even. F of t is even. It is complex signal. We have checked the complex signal even symmetry condition, and it has been proved that f star of minus t is equal to f of t. So the given signal f of t is the even. Okay, now we need to comment on the symmetry of f of t is equal to t into e power jt. So by observing this signal we can tell it is a complex signal. So I am checking the condition for the even symmetry or odd symmetry. For that purpose I need first f of minus t, that I am taking. F of minus t means in this just replace t with minus t. So you will get t is there here. So that has been replaced with minus t e power minus jt. Otherwise, e power j minus t. Like this I have taken. Okay. Then I am taking star for this one. F star of minus t, it is equal to minus t e power minus jt. Here I am keeping star. Okay. So it is equal to, because it is minus t is the real part, it will be like this only, minus t and e power minus jt. For this I need to apply the conjugate. So it will become minus t e power jt. Minus t e power jt. This is minus jt, because of the conjugate it will become e power plus jt. Now it is nothing but, what is this? F star of minus t we have calculated. But this f star of minus t can be written as, this minus I am writing here, remaining part, that is t into e power jt. T into e power jt is nothing but what? Original signal f of t only. So I need to write f of t. So here, what is this f star of minus t means? F star of minus t is equal to minus f of t we got. Because it is minus f of t, because it is minus f of t, we can tell f of t is the odd symmetry signal. It is odd symmetry signal. Okay. So this is the thing. Next problem. Comment on the symmetry of f of t is equal to j into e power jt. Because j is involving, first step is we have to think that it is the complex signal. So we need to check the conditions for the even symmetry and odd symmetry according to the complex signal definitions only. Okay. So f of minus t I am calculating now, that is t should be replaced with minus t. So j e power j minus t. So it is equal to j e power minus jt. Next, now apply the conjugate for this one. F star of minus t is equal to, apply the conjugate, that is j e power minus jt star, it is equal to j star, means that will become minus j e power minus jt star. So it is equal to minus j e power jt. A plus jb, its conjugate is a minus jb. Like that, e power minus jt conjugate will become e power plus jt, or e power jt complex conjugate will be e power minus jt. Okay. So now it is equivalent to, directly we can write, it is equivalent to minus I am writing this j into e power jt. J into e power jt is the f of t. So finally I can able to tell f star of minus t is equal to minus f of t. F star of minus t is equal to minus f of t. Like that I can able to. So it is the condition for the odd symmetry. So I can tell f of t is the odd symmetry signal. Odd symmetry signal. It is the odd symmetry signal. Over. Now there is another way is there to give the conclusion that the complex signal is even or odd. That is this note point. Even part of the complex signal can be verified by, actually it is even symmetry. Even symmetry of the complex signal can be verified by f star of minus t is equal to f of t. This one now we have taken. This is the condition we have taken, and we did some problems. Next way, or ORR. What is another way means, a real part should be even and the imaginary part should be odd. Because we are telling it is a complex signal. Complex signal means it is having the real part and the imaginary part. So without checking the condition, that is f star of minus t is equal to f of t. If this condition is satisfied, this particular complex signal is a even signal. That is okay. But without checking this condition, there is another way to tell the complex signal is the even. What is that condition means? Because it is a complex signal, it is having real part and imaginary part. So within this complex signal, if the real part is even and the imaginary part is odd, then I can say that particular complex signal is the even signal. This is another way of giving the conclusion that the given complex signal is even signal, or it is having the even symmetry. Okay. Now, so again same thing I have given here. Even conjugate of the complex signal can be verified. Even conjugate of the complex signal can be verified either by this condition or by this condition. What is this one? F star of minus t is equal to f of t, or real part is even, imaginary part is odd. Next, comment on the symmetry of the f of t is equal to e power j t. So previously we have taken this one. Previously this problem we have taken, and we solved this one according to this condition. That is f star of minus t is equal to f of t. Okay, f star of minus t means that is actually equal to f of t. This is the even signal we got. That is the conclusion we got. Now with respect to second condition, we will check this one. Okay, whether it is even or odd, that we can able to understand. So f of t is equal to e power j t. This can be written as cos t plus j sin t. E power j theta, cos theta plus j sin theta. Here e power j t, so that is equal to cos t plus j sin t. Okay, so this is the real part actually, and this is the imaginary part. This is the real part and this is the imaginary part. Imaginary part means what? Not j sin t. Imaginary part is only sin t and real part is cos t. Okay, so real part plus j into imaginary part, like that it will be there. So real part is cos t and imaginary part is the sin t. Now already we know cos t is the example for the even signal and sin t is the example for the odd signal. So I can tell real part is here even and imaginary part is odd. So by observing itself I can able to tell that one. So real part of this particular complex signal is even and the imaginary part of this particular complex signal is the odd. So that is enough to tell f of t is even symmetry. So without checking this condition also, by using this second condition I can able to say the given complex signal, that is f of t is equal to e power j t, is the even symmetry signal. Over. Next, in the same manner I can able to tell the given complex signal is the odd. So previously we have done the problems based upon the condition, that is f star of minus t is equal to f of minus f of t. F star of minus t is equal to minus f of t. If this condition is satisfied for the complex signal f of t, then that particular complex signal f of t is said to be having the odd symmetry. Now without checking this condition also we can tell the given complex signal f of t is having the odd symmetry by checking the another condition, that is the second one here. That is real part is odd and imaginary part is even. This is opposite to the even symmetry condition. In the even symmetry condition, here you can able to observe that is real part is even and imaginary part is odd. But here real part is odd and imaginary part is even. So this problem also we have did by using this particular condition, that is f star of minus t is equal to minus f of t. Now using the second condition we will see now. So what is the problem? Comment on the symmetry of f of t is equal to t into e power jt. So this can be written as t into e power jt means cos t plus j sin t. So if you multiply this t inside, I will write the problem here. If you multiply this t inside, you will get t into cos t plus j into t into sin t. Okay, so this t cos t is the real part and t sin t is the imaginary part. Just to check that one, whether that real part is even or odd. Generally only cos t is there means that is the real part. Sorry, that is the even signal. This is the even signal, but t is the odd signal. That already we have proved, I think. Okay, if t is there, how to draw this one? On two sides we have to draw like this. So this is actually, if you do the time reversal you will get like this, and if you do the amplitude reversal you will get like this. This is like f of minus t. This is equal to the original signal f of t. So I can say t is the odd signal. T is the odd signal. So the real part of this total signal f of t is the product of even and odd. What is the product of even and odd? Odd signal. This one already basics I have given. Now it is odd into odd. Odd into odd means result is even. Okay, so in this particular f of t signal, real part is odd and imaginary part is even. So real part is odd and imaginary part is even means I can say f of t is the odd symmetry is available. F of t is a complex signal and that is having the odd symmetry. And now we have checked the second condition. So using the second condition, I can able to say given signal is having the odd symmetry. Okay, don't confuse here. So just to practice this one, you will be familiar with this one. Now, if f of t is real valued and neither even nor odd, then it's a real this even part of that particular real signal is given by f of t plus f of minus t by 2, and odd part present in that original signal is given by f naught of t is equal to f of t minus f of minus t by 2. This one already we have discussed. Any general signal can be written as combination of even part of that particular signal and odd part of that particular signal. F of t may not be even signal, may not be odd signal, but that can be written as the sum of the even and odd. Okay, and this even part is given by this equation, that is f of t is equal to f of t plus f of minus t by 2, and odd part is given by f of t minus f of minus t by 2. Now what are the equations for the f of t and f naught of t when f of t is a complex signal? So again same thing, whenever time reversal is there, you need to put here star, that is conjugate we have to take. You see here, even part of the conjugate signal f of t, that is FECT is equal to f of t plus f star of minus t by 2. Where is the change you are observing in these two? Just a star mark is there whenever you are taking the time reversal of the f of t. Next here also same thing, f naught c of t, FOC of t is equal to f of t minus f star of minus t by 2. Okay, simple thing. Now some problem we need to find, that is find the conjugate antisymmetric. Conjugate antisymmetric means like odd part only. Okay, conjugate symmetric means even part, conjugate antisymmetric means odd part. So we have to calculate the odd part present in this particular signal. So if you see the signal that is in discrete domain they have given, whatever the definitions we have studied till now for the even and odd, those can be applicable for continuous time signals and discrete time signals. Now this problem is based upon the discrete time signals. Okay, so f of n is equal to 4 plus 3j comma 2.5 minus j comma minus 1 plus 2j comma minus 3 minus 5j. This is a sequence, a discrete time sequence they have given. Now we need to find what is the conjugate antisymmetric part of that particular signal. So f of n is equal to 4 plus 3j 2.5 minus j minus 1 plus 2j minus 3 minus 5j. This is the signal they have given. This arrow is available here means what is the meaning of that one? At this arrow the n value is 0. As we go right side n value is increasing, as we go left side n value is decreasing. Like this we have to take. So this minus 1 plus 2j is the sample available at n is equal to 0. Right side minus 3 plus minus 5j is available at n is equal to 1, and 2.5 minus j is available at n is equal to minus 1, and the sample 4 plus 3j is available at n is equal to minus 2. Like that the given problem is there. Now for this we need to find the antisymmetric part. Antisymmetric part, conjugate antisymmetric part means we need to find the odd part. Simply we can able to tell like that. So what is the equation for that one? Odd C, that means this one, odd conjugate part of the signal f of n. Here in discrete domain they have given. So we have to take here n. What is the formula for this one? F of n minus f star of minus n by 2. This is the thing we need. Okay. So now if you take the time reversal property of this particular signal, okay, because here f of minus n is there, I am talking with respect to time reversal also. So if you rotate this signal with respect to y axis, this whatever the sample is available at n is equal to 1, that will be at n is equal to minus 1, and whatever the sample at n is equal to minus 2, that will be at n is equal to plus 2. So at maximum we need the n values from minus 2 to plus 2. Okay, we need the n values from minus 2 to plus 2. So I am calculating now f of minus n. F of minus n I am taking. F of n already we have. Now I am writing here f of minus n. So the sample at n is equal to 0 will be at n is equal to 0 only. That is minus 1 plus 2j. The sample at n is equal to 1 will be at n is equal to minus 1. So I am writing here minus 3 minus 5j. This is n is equal to minus 1. The sample at n is equal to minus 1 will be at n is equal to plus 1. That is 2.5 minus j will be at n is equal to 1. The sample at 4 plus 3j, sorry, the sample at n is equal to minus 2 will be at n is equal to plus 2. That is 4 plus 3j. So in this way we got a time reversal property, that is f of minus n. But here what is there? F star is also there. So in order to do this, why did I calculate this? In order to get the antisymmetric part of this particular f of n, this is the formula. That means f of n we need, that is already there. F of minus n I have calculated, then f star of minus n I have to calculate. So f star of minus n is equal to, so do the conjugate for this one, because here conjugate is there. For all the samples we have to do the conjugate. So minus 3 minus 5j will become minus 3 plus 5j, minus 1 minus 2j, 2.5 plus j, 4 minus 3j. And this minus 1 minus 2j will be at n is equal to 0. And this is at n is equal to minus 1. All the times you no need to write these n values, just representing this arrow is enough, because that arrow is representing n is equal to 0, and right side n value is increasing, as integers it will be increased, and left side also n value is decreasing as minus 1 minus 2 like that. Okay, now we have f star of minus n also. Now what is there here? Subtraction is there. So f of n minus f star of minus n. So these two have to be subtracted, f of n, f of minus n. So I am doing that one. F of n minus f star of minus n is equal to. So at n is equal to minus 2, this is having the sample, but this one not having the sample, so no need to do anything here. So 4 plus 3j minus 0 we can able to consider, that is 4 plus 3j. 2.5 minus j, that is at n is equal to minus 1. Here also n is equal to minus 1, some sample is there. So 2.5 minus of minus 3 means 5.5. Minus j minus 5j, that is minus 6j. So at n is equal to minus 1 over. At n is equal to 0 you see. At n is equal to 0, minus 1 minus of minus 1, that will become 0. So real part is becoming 0. What about this imaginary part? 2j minus of minus 2j means 4j. So real part has become 0. For the real signals, the value of the sample at n is equal to 0, or the amplitude of the signal for the odd signal at t is equal to 0 is 0. That already we have seen. For all the odd signals, the value of the signal at t is equal to 0 is 0. That already I told. This is about the complex signals. So real part is becoming 0. So here we can able to conclude that for all the antisymmetric signals, for all the conjugate antisymmetric signals, the value of the real part at n is equal to 0 is 0, but imaginary part may be available. Okay, so this is over. At n is equal to 1, minus 3 minus 5j, at n is equal to 1, 2.5 plus j. So subtract these two. So minus 3 minus 2.5, that is minus 5.5, minus 5j minus j, that is minus 6j. Next, at n is equal to 2, here no value is there, that means 0 minus this one, that is minus 4 plus 3j. So in this way we got f of n minus f star of minus n. But what is f naught c of n? By 2 is also there. F of n minus f star of minus n we got now divided by 2. So finally I can write the answer here, that is f naught c of n is equal to, by 2 we have to take, that is 2 plus 4 plus 3j by 2, that is 2 plus 1.5j. Next 5.5 minus 6j, that is 2.75 minus 3j. Next 4j by 2, that is 2j. Next minus 5.5 minus 6j, that is minus 2.75 minus 3j. Next minus 4 plus 3j, that is minus 2 plus 1.5j. At 0, what is the sample? 1, 2. Here this is the sample. So this is the answer. In this way we can able to do. So somewhat carefully we have to perform. It is discrete domain, and in that also here this complex signal is there. That means real part and imaginary part is available in all the samples. So carefully we have to perform. What is the equation for the odd conjugate symmetry that we need to take, and step by step we have to perform. Okay, that will be the answer. Now another one. Find the conjugate antisymmetric part of f of n is equal to 4 minus 3j, comma 2 minus j, comma minus 1 minus 2j, 3 plus 5j. This is the assignment question, and here n is equal to 0 is available at this point. That means this sample minus 1 minus 2j is available at n is equal to minus 1, and 2 minus j is available at n is equal to minus 2, and 4 minus 3j is available at n is equal to minus 3. So carefully we have to perform. Okay, so what will happen actually, if you do f of minus n, the samples will be available from n is equal to 0 to n is equal to 3. Next f of n minus f star of minus n by 2 also we have to perform, then you will get the total answer. Okay, so this is the thing. Thank you.